1, 2, 3, 4.
Erie International Tom Ridge Field, Information, India, 1615 Zulu. Wind.
Good morning. I'm starting off a little bit late. I planned on being started at 11, but just didn't make it. So I'm going to go over a couple of things today. I'm not sure if I'm going to fly or not, but I've been working on 2 projects over this week, and I wanted to kind of show them off in the stream and go from there. So when I added the VR capabilities to Xchecklist, I had it set up like it is now, where it's the window itself is transparent, and because I kind of liked in VR to be able to see through things, so my landing rate I can see through, my pedal thing I can see through, so that's kind of how I like windows in VR. But I had a fellow VR streamer that doesn't like that feature, so I told him beginning of the year I'd see if I could take a look at it, and I did, and so I've made it so that I can change that. So right now it's basically it's transparent. So if I go to plugins, Xchecklist, open setup. So open setup, the translucent window is checked. So if I have show GUI. So this is the GUI interface. So if I basically click on this and then say save settings, and then to make this work, I've got to do a couple of things. So I have to go advanced menu, plugins, Xchecklist, reload. So basically I'm going to reload basically the plugin. So I'm going to hit reload, then the window goes away. So if I now say open checklist,
streaming pre-flight checklist,
so now it looks like this.
OBS Beyond Mic.
So the so it basically has a solid background. When I originally did the checklist, when it was transparent, I added this background to give the text like a little more contrast, and so because of that, I'm not so sure I kind of like the way this looks right now, where you have this background and then I got a different background here. I'm not so sure I like that. So, but it's just my first try to see if I could actually do that. And I seems to, this type of window here, if you notice, on my other window, I don't have these bars where I can move the sides of it. It's called undecorated, self-decorated, and where now this one here is called rounded rectangle, I think, because the corners are rounded, at least top corners are, and so that's how this one is, you know. But I don't particularly care for it, you know. So but that's kind of how I did it. So once again, to get back out of it, if I go over here, plugins, Xchecklist, open setup. So I'm gonna tag that. Then I have to save the settings, and then I'm gonna say reload. So it goes away. Plugins. Open checklist.
Streaming pre-flight checklist.
So
OBS Beyond Mic.
So that allows you to switch back and forth between it. When you're using the widget, when you're in 2D, if you basically uncheck and check the translucent button, it will immediately do that. But with using the GUI, it doesn't seem to do that. So that's just the way it is. And so let me let's make sure everything's kind of working the way I hope it is. So yep, that's working.
Check. OBS sim sound.
That's working.
Check.
Erie International
OBS
Tom
streaming.
Field, Information India, 1615.
Yes, we are.
Check. OBS webcam.
Yeah, it's there.
Check. OVR toolkit windows.
Yep.
Check. FlyWithLua sound script.
Yep.
Check. Avitab plugin.
Yep.
Check. Rep weight and balance.
Oh, let's go look. So weight and balance. Put 17 in. Not sure if I'm flying today. I may. Apply. Okay, looks good.
Check. Rep maintenance log.
Whoops. What is going on there? Rep. Thanks. Let's. There we go. So I had this error here because it's a little cool outside. So yeah, looks like battery's okay. Okay. Yep.
Check. Cold engine start checklist. Brakes. Test and set. Fuel selector. Both. Fuel shut-off valve. On, in. Beacon.
Oh, I'm gonna wait right here. So during this time of year, it's sometimes kind of the weather is kind of not conducive to flying. And because I use Pilot to ATC, if I go ahead and switch it to manual weather, then it doesn't have manual weather won't have a meter. So or like right now. So like right now, if I go over here and I look here, and this is downloaded real weather. So we got broken cumulus and broken stratus. We got rain. So this is like gonna be a bit miserable to fly in. And what's the temperature? 1°C. So it's right at freezing. So that's all. And we got light participation. So so what I would do is I would if I left it like this, then Pilot to HTC would use the meters that have been downloaded. You know, this real weather download. They'd use the meters from that. But if on the other hand, I go ahead and I say manual weather, so now I'm going to be in control of the weather. Before I wrote this FlyWithLua script, basically the meter that the Pilot to ATC is reading and what the actual weather is in the sim. Right now, it would be the same. But if I changed it, you know, where I moved some clouds around or got rid of the rain or any of that stuff. So right now, if I say manual enter weather, so let me just do done. First thing I'm going to do is drag it over to clear. And then I'm going to customize. So I'm going to say I want VFR scattered. I'm going to add me another cloud layer. Few cumulus. Yeah, it sounds fine. And I don't like the wind coming from that direction. So I'm going to change it. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to turn it to 240. So we got wind at 240. Oh, it'll give me about 8 knots. And I think that's all good. Whoops. There we go. Done. Flight changes. So as you can see, the weather is drastically improved. Before I wrote this script, though, it would not. The metar would be right now. The metar would not be, and actually, let me get the plane started so that I can actually check weather. So I turn the beacon on.
On. Avionics switch. Off. Master battery. On.
Departing runway 24.
Throttle.
Advise.
Open 1/4 inch. Mixture. Idle cut off. Auxiliary pump. On. Increase mixture till fuel flow reached, then cut off. Fuel flow. Reached. Mixture. Cut off. Auxiliary pump. Off. Starter. Engage. Mixture, at engine start. Rich. Master alternator. On. After engine start checklist. Engine. RPM 1000 RPM. Oil pressure. Check. Mixture. Leaned max. Flaps. Retract. Generator amps. On. Avionics. On. Instruments.
South. Look, we're good there?
Set. Taxi checklist. Brakes.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and hide this right now. I'm not going to need it. So we got the plane started. So we got the radios working, and looks like I'm on ground. 12190, and if this is working, say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is overcast. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 160 at 12 knots, cloud coverage is 7,000, broken 8,000, overcast. Current altimeter is 2985. Temperature 1 dew point -7.
Okay, so right now, the weather isn't matching what I have. So it says it's winds are 160 at 12 knots, and that's what I had before. So what I can do is this plugin will normally, if you start up X-Plane and you have manual weather selected, it'll automatically start. But because I started with, excuse me, with downloaded weather, then the strip's not going to run. So I'm going to have to go over here, plugins, FlyWithLua, reload strips. So, and put all these back. This guy, that one's there. I have this button here that says create metar. So basically, I click on that button. Hopefully, this will be better. Say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is few clouds. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 241 at 8 knots, cloud coverage is 6,700 scattered. To 1,700 few clouds. Current altimeter is 2985. Temperature 15 dew.0.
So, so that is now, what it does is it looks at the most recent metar in the output real weather. So because I've clicked on this button here, and excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Because I've clicked on the button, it's created a new metar that has a more a newer timestamp, and the metars that I created basically follow exactly the same format as what the real weather stuff does. So it's the same format, and then I made sure that all the information in the metar file is matches what real metars look like. The other thing I did is I looked, and using the XPLM, I think is what it is, nav. I basically said what's the nearest airport to the latitude and longitude that I'm at, what the aircraft is at. And so the metar will start out with KERI because that's the nearest airport. So so that all is like looking like pretty good. Let me look here a minute. Nine or 8.5. Yeah, that's pretty close. So yeah, that's close enough. So that's kind of what I did to kind of get around the that problem that when I use manual weather. Now the other thing it'll do is in about 12 minutes, so at 12 o'clock, so at the top of the hour and at the half hour, it will automatically go look at the weather information, and it will it'll create a new metar, just like real weather does. Real weather goes out on the hour and on the half hour, and goes out and gets new information. So this script automatically is doing that also. So okay, so that all is pretty good. So let's go do some I want to check a couple of things here. So clearly the winds are at so the winds are 241 at 8 knots. So we're gonna ask pilot to ATC, what's the active runway? It should be 24. say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
So there's gotta be a bug in Pilot to ATC that pretty much every it's given the opposite runway. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do I'm gonna do a touch and go, and or yeah, I'll do a touch and go. I'll come back, and I'll come back over in this area, and then I'm gonna change the weather. I'm gonna make the weather so that it should be runway 6, and I'll see if Pilot to ATC says it's 6, or if it says it's runway 24. So I'm just trying to test that out. So yeah, I'll just do one landing. So alrighty, we'll see if I can get permission. I'll just tell it I want to go to runway. I want to runway 24. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi to runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Delta, Alpha, hold short runway 02, and runway 24. Taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Delta, Alpha, hold short runway 02, and runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So I'm going to put my heading bug on 24. So, the way Pilot to ATC works, the way I have it set up is, even though it said the active runway was 6, if I tell it, then I want to take off on 24, then it will oblige me, so, which is kind of nice, so, especially with this going on, where it's wrong. I mean, it's telling you to use the wrong end of the runway, so. Gonna say that sounded a little fast. Huh. What's my temperature? 14. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to do is when I change it to manual weather, normally it's in the 50s, so I don't need to worry about icing or all that stuff. So I'm running explain 12.0.9 RC 3.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf cross runway 02.
Okay.
Cross runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So my plan was by now to start flying a Kodiak, but these two projects kind of come along, and I thought it was more important to work on them before I start learning how to fly the Kodiak with the goal of flying the Epic E1000 before the end of the month. So we decided to do that. So, 'cause I spent most of the week kind of working on this script. I had more than one version of it, trying to make sure that the one thing I was making sure is all the data refs I used were the latest data refs. There's a whole bunch of weather data refs that have been replaced, so I tried to use all the new ones, none of the old ones. So I think I got that all done. So, and then when what would happen is basically the way a metar works is that it's looking for on the 3 levels. It's looking at the 3. On X-Plane, you have 3 different cloud layers, and so it's basically looking to say it looks first if it's clear. If it's clear, you know, then it doesn't look for any more cloud layers. It's just clear, and so then it looks if you know, the next what is it, few. So it's few, It's scattered, broken, overcast, and so if you're on completely manual weather, then you'll the percentages for that particular cloud cover is fixed. But if you start out with real downloaded weather, then they're not. There's somewheres around the fixed number, but they're not that fixed number. And I was looking at it exact, like is it equal to, and that didn't work. So
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.1, have a good flight.
so
Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
so I had to add a range, that it'll look in a range to get because what would happen is if it missed, it would hello hello just stop. I didn't think I had quite that much engine going. So what would happen is that it would show it as clear because I didn't find any clouds because all the tests I was doing it failed. So we got to go get my nose right about here. So we're gonna put brake on, turn land on, taxi off. Now strobe. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure. Remain in pattern.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact ground on 121.9er for taxi instructions.
Ground on 121.9er for taxi.
We've already
Cessna 6
taxied.
Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 241 at 8 knots. Altimeter is 299er3 cleared for takeoff. Runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I won't fight with there. When I'm on the downwind, I'll get permission to land. What I was hoping for is with that radiology that you would recognize that I wanted to do touch and goes. Really, I just want to do a takeoff and a landing. And but when I'm on the downwind, I'll just go ahead and get permission. So, okay, we're lined up. Trim's good. We're lined up here, pretty good. And heading bug's done right. Flaps are up. Guess we go flying. Yeah, so offline I've been trying to learn the Kodiak, and that's been something seems a little weird. My compass says west. Yeah, maybe that is right. Okay, pull back on the power a little bit. still learning how to fly the G1000. This here is not lined up. Not sure why it's not, but it's not. I had this issue earlier too. And I don't know how to fix it. That's the sad part. So. Trying to get the plane level and straight. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24. Request landing. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request landing. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Erie Tower on 118.1, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for request landing.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, report left downwind for runway 24.
Will report left downwind for runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Hi, Iowa. Been a little frustrated. I like to ATC give me a little bit of grief, but we'll work through it. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 241 at 8 knots, cleared to land runway 24.
Cleared to land runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Yeah, I wrote a script to, so when I put in manual weather, the script will actually write a metar, so. And the other thing I got going on is, for some reason, my my HSI here is not aligned with my with my compass. I have no idea why. Whoa. Probably shouldn't have done that right at that time, but got a couple of things going on here that it looks a little weird. But that's okay. Foreign late flare. Yeah, that was late. There's no doubt.
Cessna 6
about that.
Bravo Golf, exit runway when able.
Okay. I was like, what's going on with the engine? I brought the mixture back too far. All right, park here. Taxi on land. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of active runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 24, pattern altitude is 1,700 feet. Call downwind.
Enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 24, pattern altitude 1,700 feet Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of active runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, welcome to Erie International Ridge
Thank
Contact
you.
Ground on 121.9er. Have a good afternoon.
Okay.
Ground on 121.9er Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, hold short runway 02. Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, hold short runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get kind of going in this direction. Well, now it's like certainly way closer than what it was. Huh, that's kind of weird. Not sure what that was all about then. Yeah, because it looks pretty close now. When I took off, the compass in the HSI was off by, I don't know, 10 or 15 degrees. It was pretty crazy. But right now, yeah, it lines up right now. So I'm not sure what that was all about. Okay. Downwind Sim, how are you doing? I am doing great. I'm doing great. I'm playing around with a script that basically creates a metar. So right now I have manual weather selected, and when Pilot to HTC doesn't have any manual weather, it'll either give you the wrong weather or the other thing it'll do is if it doesn't find a metar, then it'll automatically select NOAA weather. Well, NOAA weather's real weather too, and if I'm trying to fly manual weather, that's not going to work. So I wrote a script that basically I have a button where I can press to create it, or when if you have manual weather selected, when it starts, it basically will create that, and then on the hour and on the half hour, it'll basically update it.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf cross runway 02. Cross runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
That's interesting. Having a fee I don't like. Yeah, it actually is working pretty good. Took me a little while. You know, so basically I'm replicating the file name and also the contents of the metar up into the barometric pressure. So I basically am filling all that information in with a FlyWithLua script, and it actually has worked quite well. I had a few issues where basically if you have completely manual weather, hello. Let me make sure I don't run into the truck. I don't want to have a fire. Okay. So when I initially did it, I was looking at manual. I was just using manual weather. And what's going on is, hello, whoa, where did you go? Stop. So manual, like if you set a preset like of, let me show. So if you set a preset here, that it'll be a fixed number. But if you've been here from downloaded weather and then tell it to go manual, then those numbers won't be preset. And I was using an if statement, and I was looking for an exact match, and that didn't work very well. So okay, so Let's see what I want to do. I'll just keep the plane running, and I'm just going to change the weather. So I'm going to go over, and I'm going to change the winds. So I'm going to change this wind here. I'll leave everything else the same. So I'm going to give it, let's see, where do I want to go? 60. Yeah, let's just do 60. Enter. And why did you do that? 60. Enter. Okay. And we'll leave it at 8 knots. So I basically changed it from 240 to 60. So, apply changes. And since I've changed it, then I hit this button here. It says create metar. I'm not so sure why in VR that doesn't highlight. I thought it should, but we'll find out. Say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is few clouds. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 061 at 8 knots, cloud coverage is 6,700 scattered. To 1,700 few clouds. Current altimeter is 29903. Temperature 15 dew.0.
That was good. Okay, so it took the winds, and that's all I changed. So now I'm going to ask it, what's the active runway? And we'll see if it says 24. It probably will. Say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
No, that's even weirder. So it always says, no matter what the winds are, it always says that it's arriving and departing runway 06. That's really crazy. Okie dokie. Well, so all of that seemed to work. Yeah, let's go do a touch and go on 06. So. Yeah, this is my airport, and Setcom 120.350.
Com 1 set to 120.35.
60 degrees at 8 knots. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. Sky conditions scattered at 6,100. Few at 21,000. Few at 33,000. Temperature 13. Dew point 0. Altimeter 29902. Arriving runway 06. Departing runway 06. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Kilo.
I missed the winds, but the clouds are different too. On the ATIS. That's
Erie
kind of interesting.
International Tom Ridge Field. Information. Kilo. 1710 Zulu. Wind 060 degrees at 8 knots. Visibility more than 10 miles.
No, that's
Rain.
about right.
Sky conditions scattered at 6,000.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with this a little more, and it's pretty much doing what I want it to do, and it looks like I may have a rough edge or two on it. I'm kind of curious where ATIS is getting its information from. If it's getting it from a metar or someplace else. That's kind of interesting. That well, let me go look. Yeah, because it listed clouds up in here, and that's clearly that's kind of interesting. I'll have to ask that question. That's very interesting. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Delta, Bravo.
Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Delta, Bravo, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Not completely. The winds are pretty close.
At 33,000. Temperature 13.
That wind there,
Report
that's
0.
not on there.
Altimeter 29er 2. Arriving runway 06. Departing runway 06. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Lima.
I want to listen to the two clouds.
Erie International Tom Ridge Field. Information. Lima. 1710 Zulu. Wind 060 degrees at 8 knots. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. Sky conditions scattered at 6,100. Few at 21,000. Few at 30.
So it was 6 and 21. Yeah. Those two are correct. It just added one up here. So that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, that looks good. And where are the winds? The wind's 8 knots, 61 or 6. Yeah, that's fine. That's close enough, so it's matching the manual weather, so just added an extra one, that's fine. So Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi to runway 6.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Delta, Bravo.
Taxi to general aviation parking via
Oh.
taxiways Delta, Bravo, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi to runway 6.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Delta, Bravo. Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Delta,
No, I don't want to do
Bravo,
that.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
We'll try one more time and then I'm gonna disconnect and connect. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for taxi to runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.1 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Delta, Bravo.
At 33,000. Temperature 13. Dew point 0. Arriving runway 06. Departing runway 0.
Sorry, my bot. Good morning, Hawker. Oh, let me see here what we're doing.
Arriving runway 06. Departing runway 06.
Stay active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 06 via taxiways Delta, Foxtrot, Golf, hold short runway 06. Taxi to runway 06 via taxiways Delta, Foxtrot, Golf, hold short runway 06 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So, every once in a while, Pilot 2ATC seems to get confused when I try to do too many things to it. So what I found it seems to work is that I just do a disconnect and then reconnect, and it kind of like resets itself and kind of goes, this is where I am. And so when I say I want a taxi and I've asked what the active runway is, then it's more happy. So okay, so I'll do a takeoff and a landing on 06, and probably call it a day. Sounds good. So all in all, I mean, I'm pretty happy with
Cessna
how it
6
works.
Bravo
So.
Golf contact tower on 118.1. Have a good flight. Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Yeah, I'll have to re-look at the WED, but I'm pretty sure that I'll stop here. Hopefully I'm far enough that so I'll land off, taxi off, nav strobes. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure. Remain in pattern.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 061 at 8 knots cleared for takeoff. Runway 06 fly a left-hand pattern for touch and goes on runway 06 remain on this frequency.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 06 fly a left-hand pattern for touch and goes runway 06 will stay with you Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Okay. That actually went better than the one taken off on 2-4, so that's good. That's good. Alrighty. Trim looks good. Flaps are up. Let me down my heading bug where it belongs. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay, let's go. Okie dokie. Yeah, so I spent about, I think I started Monday or Tuesday writing this script, and it took, I had it written probably in a day, but when I was testing it, it was kind of like, I didn't have, it just, I had a few bugs in it, but it wasn't quite working correctly, so. Alrighty. Go along the shoreline here. Try to get it to level off about here. Yeah, because this time of year, it's kind of hit and miss whether I fly like real weather or if I put it on manual weather, but I was just, the fact pilot to HTC was always not lined up with me, I was like, nah, that's kind of crazy, so. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Erie Tower on 118.1. Please repeat your request.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 06.
Having a hard time getting the plane trimmed. Every time I wanted to make the radio call, the plane, I could watch the nose climb up. I'm like, what in the hon? Okay. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 061 at 8 knots, cleared to land runway 06.
Cleared to land runway 06 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, full stop landing.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 061 at 8 knots, cleared to land runway 06.
Cleared to land runway 06 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, exit runway when able.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of active runway 06. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of active runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, welcome to Erie International Ridge, contact ground on 121.9er, have a good afternoon.
Ground on 121.9er Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, hold short runway 02. Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, hold short runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, cross runway 02. Cross runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Okay. Com 1 standby 120.350.
Com 1 standby set to 120.35.
Dew point 0, altimeter 29er 2, arriving runway 24, departing runway 24, advise on initial contact, you have information November. Erie International Tom Ridge Field, information November, 1730 Zulu. Wind 250 degrees at 8 knots. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. Sky conditions scattered at 6,100. Few at 21,000. Few at 33,000. Temperature 13. Dew point 0. Altimeter 29er 2. Arriving runway 24. Departing runway 24. Advise on initial contact, you have information November.
Okay, so I changed the weather to so 245, I think is what I put in. ATIS recognized that, so let me so I'll update ATIS, or update the metar. So we'll see what pilot tweet she thinks. So, say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Kilo Echo Romeo India is few clouds. Visibility is 10 miles, winds are 246 at 8 knots, cloud coverage is 6,700 scattered. To 1,700 few clouds. Current altimeter is 299.3. Temperature 15 dew.0.
So it basically read the new metar correctly. Say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 06.
So I have to wonder where the heck it's getting its info from. Pilots ATC makes a log of lots of stuff. So I'll have to look at the log file from today and see see what's going on with that. But that absolutely is wrong. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, I can just tell it, you know, I want to taxi to runway 24 and I'm good to go. So, and pretty much she seems to kind of keep track of if I've done that, then I can get my permissions and all that good stuff. So all in all, I think today went quite well. So I did what I wanted to do. So I guess we'll get the plane shut down and call it a day. So we shut off the avionics. Go back on the mixture. Get rid of some lights. Cool. Yeah. Well, well, I really appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do today, is kind of play around with those two scripts. So probably the next time I stream, I'll be trying to learn the Kodiak. So I'll probably do a couple of more test flights before I stream it. But I think I pretty much know what I need to do. But I wanted to get this stuff working. Yeah, I heard you're working on that. That's cool. So I wanted to get these two things out of the way first, and then kind of go from there. So, but thanks everybody for stopping by, and they're gonna wrap it up. And I didn't want to go too long today, but I wanted to just kind of see how it turned out in real life. So, and I'm quite happy with the result. So I'll get it bundled up and get it available for other people to play with. So we'll catch y'all later. If you enjoy the content, please click on the follow button, and that way when I go live, you'll be made aware, and we'll be good to go. And so far, pretty happy with the headset. It's working out really, really well, and I don't have any comfort issues I had are resolved, and so we're good to go. Certainly, I'm awaiting the audio strap that goes with this, and they said probably January, February. That should be available. So can't wait to try that part of it out. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.